Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Nice to meet you. And thank you
Same.
for
Yes.
joining me. Yeah, it's good to see you after a long time, I guess. How long?
Yes.
How long have we been meeting?
I don't remember exactly, but yes, it's been a very long time.
Mhm.
It's just because we don't get your slots so
Ah,
easily.
oh,
But the
okay.
moment I saw your slot, I immediately booked.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's indeed a pleasure to have you always. And
Likewise.
you can call me Pritam, so you don't have to call me
Mhm.
sir. I think you call me sir, right? So it's okay. I'm very much
Out
comfortable.
of respect.
Ah, that's all right. Thank you so much, though. It's very kind of you. And how have you been? I do keep on watching your videos though. And
Mhm.
nowadays I get a lot of recommendations.
That's amazing. I'm a little under the weather these days. I caught a cold,
Mhm.
still recovering.
So do you depend on home remedies or you take medicines?
I take medicines because I have a lot on my plate, so I can't afford to fall sick. So that is the reason I take medicines immediately.
Mm, okay, all
But
right.
this time it's a bit stubborn, like it's not going easily. So that is my concern. Like, I don't know, it could be because of the transition in weather.
Could
We're
be.
falling sick, and it could be a viral fever, kind of viral cold or fever, something like that. So,
Okay,
yes. Mm,
okay. So I hope that you feel better. And
yes.
have
Thank
you
you.
been taking sessions regularly here on this platform?
Yes, almost regularly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Whenever I get a session of any good tutor, I
Mhm.
book sessions and I have conversations with them.
Mm, okay, fantastic. And what about your own personal classes?
Yes, that are going on, and I usually take 6 sessions in a week.
Well, I have somebody who takes sessions with me regularly, and I, in fact, give the recommendation that she checks your channel. All right, and she did that, and I think she tried to inquire about this group classes or so, but
Uh-huh.
for some reason, she was not invited, or maybe she was not, uh, yeah, reached
Don't
out
know.
later. So I'm not sure
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, there are many ladies, there are many homemakers, working professionals in our learning communities because, first of all, they are getting it at very affordable cost. We just charge 500 rupees per month. So, very affordable. Without a second thought, anybody can enroll into these groups. So,
Mm,
people are getting advantage out of it. Like, some people are learning, some people are learning how to teach because, yes, otherwise you have to pay a hefty amount to learn all these things, right? But yes, everything comes with experience, I must say. Like, experience is the best teacher. Like, you can take inspiration from people,
yeah.
right? How to teach, how to learn, how to approach your English learning. We can take inspiration, but at the end, we have to experience it ourselves. And
Mm.
only then you can find out what is working for you and what is not. And accordingly, you can go forward in your journey.
And I bet you guys have this conducive environment where people are always speaking and interacting in this language, right? So that's
Yes,
going to be good to
yes.
hear.
So this group is always on, like kind of always active, and they don't let other people in the group feel down, feel off about their English learning journey. So there is always someone calling in the group.
Okay, all right. Well, I wish you all the best for all the upcoming ventures that you have. But this
Thank
year,
you.
I think we are also meeting for the first time this year, right? This January.
Right, right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. And
By the way, do you feel new in New Year?
I try to, I try to feel new, but sometimes I go back to my old ways. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
I feel like turning over a new leaf as well. So yeah,
Mhm.
sometimes I make resolutions, but for some reason, I'm not able to stick to it. That happens. I think we are
Mhm.
all flawed.
That happens with everybody, I guess. But yes, there are a few people, a very little percentage of people, those who stick to their resolutions by, following discipline, consistency. They do stick to their resolutions. Top 1%, I guess.
Yeah. But have you ever noticed that I'm not sure, but it always happens to me whenever I make a resolution. Okay, I decide, okay, from this day onwards, I'm gonna cut out sugar. If I make that decision, the very next day or the next moment, I get sweets in the house, or it always
Uh-huh.
tests my will, right? Or if I try to give up something, that always happens. So it keeps on inviting, and it's very difficult to resist
Mhm.
at times.
Like it feels like universe is challenging you. Can you
Yeah.
actually cut down on this? Right?
Uh-huh.
So it's like testing your consistency, testing your patience, kind of. So yes, that
Yeah.
does happen.
And
But
you are,
I don't take such kind of resolution, especially cutting down on something, because yes, this is something I consciously do, that I try to cut down on my screen time, because
uh,
definitely it strain our eyes and then our mental peace. We can't have a good sleep pattern or so if you're really addicted to screens. So
yeah.
this is something I want to cut down on, and I'm trying to do it for a very long time. But then again, everything is on screens. Like we conduct classes on screens, we talk to people on screens, so everything is happening online. So it's very difficult to keep ourselves away from our phones. But then books are there, so that's a nice escape. But I'm still struggling to inculcate this habit. But let's see, I'll try harder this time.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you at least turn to books. For me,
Mhm.
it's although I'm not too fond of reading books, honestly. I know the importance of reading, though, but for some reason, I always happen to turn to my cell phone or my smartphone rather. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's,
So do you learn more by listening?
I think so. When I
Mhm.
listen more, I get to grasp more of the content. So I often watch and listen rather
Mhm.
than just reading. I know the importance of reading though. And in fact, I also want to cultivate this habit of reading often, but I happen to listen more and just watch,
Mhm.
observe. That way I learn better.
I feel that when we read, so we are, limiting ourselves to just one book, just one logic or narrative, we can say. But when we listen to something or when we search on YouTube, so we can, like in just half an hour, you can listen to 10 different things, like ten minutes videos or 15 minutes videos. So you can listen to 10 different things, 10 different perspectives, 10 different concepts. And that is the reason I always get distracted by online things, and I
Uh,
can't sit with the book, because then I start feeling like that it's very limited. You know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's very limited to just one story or just one book. But yes, I feel that I can give at least 10 minutes, or at least I can read 2 pages in a day, right? Just for the sake of it. Because I'm not really that interested into reading yet. But let's see. Like it's really difficult because our attention span is too low, right? We cannot focus. So that
Yeah.
is the problem. But still, as you also know the importance of books, same for me. But again, let's see when I'll be able to do that. Other people are doing it so well. They're reading, I mean, people are taking challenges to read 25 books in a year. So it seems like they are out of this world. How they are able to do so, right?
Honestly, I've never been a big fan of reading or setting a target to complete 20 books a year or 30 books a year. So I've never been a big fan of that.
Mhm.
How I wish we read books is to just spend, let's say, 2, 3 months reading one book. But whatever that we are gaining, the insights that we are gaining, we also have to be able to apply in our own lives. Then I
Mhm.
think we can get the true value from that
Mhm.
book, right? We
Mhm.
all watch a lot of content, but we hardly ever apply. We hardly ever implement.
Mhm.
So,
But at least in terms of English learning, we end up learning a few words here and there, learning a few sentences, sentence patterns or so. So we
mm,
gain something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. From that angle, obviously, subconsciously,
Mhm.
you're picking up on a lot of things when you
Mhm.
just expose yourself to English content, whether it's reading or listening, watching. Yeah,
Mhm.
different kinds of learners out there, isn't it?
Right, right.
Mm.
Okay. But I'm really very curious to know, since our today's topic is related to birthday, I would love to know from you, do you celebrate birthdays like at this age?
Yeah, yeah. It's not that I go for this ostentatious kinds of celebrations. I try to keep it very subtle,
Mhm.
something with my own close family, friends and family. Yeah, if it's small, then I enjoy more. But I don't
Mhm.
go for this big grand celebration. I've never
Mm.
had honestly, ever since childhood.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
That's amazing. I think we share a lot in common because I also don't like that pomp, but I prefer peace. I prefer small celebrations, small gatherings, and only my people, very intimate kind of gathering, right? Because after a certain age, you get to know about the reality of the world. Like people are not so happy about your achievements, about your milestones or something, right? They simply put on a facade, and they would involve, or they would participate in your celebrations, but in the back of their mind they must be feeling jealous, right? So that kind of feeling doesn't come now. Like at this age, it doesn't come. Earlier, I used to enjoy these birthday parties a lot, gatherings, and after my marriage too, I would invite people to my home. Like I would not actively participate in these gatherings, but I would love to see happy faces around. So I would go to any extent to make them happy, to make kids happy. I would prepare cake on my own, bake cake on my own, and then prepare 10 different kinds of dishes for
Oh,
them
wow.
just to see them happy. But I don't know. Now I've outgrown this feeling because I'm coming closer to the reality of the world. I feel so. So now I don't feel that we need to gather people a lot these days, but only few closed ones, like your loved ones. That is more than enough, right? Because again, we are doing this just for show. Like many people are doing this just for show, especially in the era of social media. People are doing a lot of celebrations. When it comes to their kids too, they are celebrating their 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, like that. They're doing
Yeah.
celebrations for each and every milestone their kids are achieving. So I feel this is just for show. Like they just want to stay relevant in terms of social media, or they just, I don't know what is the need, but they want to seek validation from people, right? Don't you think so?
Yeah, to some extent, yes. Sometimes
Mhm.
they do it for their own happiness because
Mhm.
nowadays kids also have their own demands, right? So they want to
Mhm.
invite all of their friends and they want to have some themed birthday parties nowadays as well, right? And parents, I
Mhm.
see they splurge a lot of money on such kind of celebrations, very big, quite
Mhm.
flamboyant or grand, right? So they
Mhm.
go above and beyond for the sake of children's happiness. But I don't think
Mhm.
there's anything wrong there at the same time. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, a lot of people they just do it for the clout, for social media, like you mentioned.
Right, right. For those who have strong background financially, it's easy for them. Like it's not a big deal. But for those who come from decent background, middle class background, or lower middle class background, those who really can't afford these kind of parties, and then kids insisting their parents to organize party in a mall or in a restaurant as their kids' parents are doing. So that's really putting a lot of pressure on parents these days. Like it has become a trend, right? To throw parties in the mall or in a banquet hall or something like that. They want grand celebration. So
Yeah,
yes, that's
yeah.
really not good.
It
But
also
but
depends on
kids
where
are
you live,
impressionable.
right? It depends on where you live as well. If
Mhm.
you live in a big society, gated community, because you are obviously going to get invited by other families, and when
Mhm.
it comes to you, then there's this additional pressure. Oh, okay, I went to their party, and it's up to me now
Right.
to throw another
Mhm.
party to them as well. So yeah, I
Mhm.
think it depends on where you live. Here, where I come from, no, doesn't really matter at all. So I just hang
Uh-huh.
out with my close friends and family, my cousins
Mhm.
especially. So yeah, that's it. Just 4 or 5 people
Mhm.
and I just have a ball.
Right. And I think we have adapted this culture from Western countries, right? To cut a cake and to gather people. But do you know, like, what is our culture when it comes to birthdays? Like, I think it's usually praying to God
Oh,
or
really?
just
Yeah.
showing gratitude, right? And nothing else than that, I guess. Or preparing some homemade dishes,
Uh,
right? And offering people, or organizing a puja at home. I guess that is
um,
in our culture,
yeah.
right?
Hmm. You
So
like
people
celebrating
do blend of
birthdays?
these 2. Hmm.
How do you celebrate? By the way, is it okay if I ask you when is your birthday?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, my birthday is on 9th of October.
October. All right, 9th of
Hmm.
October. Okay. Apparently, it's my cousin's birthday is on the same day, 9th of October.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I'm very good at. I would not say very good, but I do remember. birthdays of
Mhm.
people who are of my near and dear ones, of course.
Mhm.
So yeah, nice
Yes.
to talk to you. All right, how do you celebrate? What do you do?
For my birthdays, I really don't like people throwing surprises or something like that. I want
You don't like
to
that?
stay in my own zone.
So
I
you
don't
don't like
like
giving
celebrating
someone surprises?
birthdays.
Ah,
I no, I don't like it. First of all, I already know that they are going to bring a cake for my birthday. You already know that. So it's a ritual on every birthday, right? But now I feel like what is the need of doing that? Like it's not required at all. I always tell them, please don't bring a cake for me or something like that
they want to
because
make.
I don't like it.
Ah,
Hmm. Yes, I think after a certain age, you don't feel that need of celebrating your birthdays. It's like any other day for you. I feel so. But
okay.
yes, to stay alive, you need to celebrate things. But
Uh-huh.
I'm a bit different, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm sure there are many people like me,
Okay.
those who don't like to celebrate birthdays, their birthdays. But I love to celebrate others' birthdays, like my
Um,
kids, my husband, my
yeah.
family members. I love to do a lot of things for them.
Mhm.
So when it comes to kids, especially, I invite people around. I hold kirtan at my home, and then we go to our temple, our family temple, right? So we go there, we worship God, we pay gratitude, and then it is followed up by kirtan at home. And after that, we throw evening party and then dance and everything. So yes, we do a grand celebration for kids because they also love it. They simply light up the room. So it feels so great. A lot of positive vibes, a lot of positive energy. So yes, that is something I really look forward to every year. And my younger one's birthday is also approaching this March. So
Okay.
yes, he's very excited about that.
Mhm.
And when it comes to my husband, I try to buy a gift for him. Like I do buy a gift for him on his birthday, and buy a cake. Nothing more than that. And I just call a few people in my neighborhood, and then that's it. Like not a very grand celebration. Earlier, I used to do that when I was newly married. I used to do lots of celebrations, like be it birthday, be it anniversary,
Oh, okay.
be it anything, like any sort of thing, teachers day, children's day,
Oh,
everything.
right.
Everything was celebrated at home. But now I have changed a little bit. I don't know, I already told you because I'm getting closer to the reality of life. So I've changed a little bit, and don't know if it's good or bad, but yes, now I don't enjoy these things anymore.
Okay. But I think life has to be celebrated, whether it's birthdays or any special event. We have to celebrate.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, it's
We
quite fun.
should celebrate. We should celebrate. That is the thing. Like when I hit the milestone of 50,000 subscriber, my sister-in-law was after me that let's throw a party, let's throw a
Uh,
party. So I kept delaying it. No, 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 not really required. Like why to tell people that I have gained 50,000 subscribers? It's not a big deal. Like it's not
but
a
it's
big
still
deal.
evident, isn't it? Because people see you on YouTube, so it's evident, right? Yeah. But yeah, you need
But
to celebrate such milestones. It's a big number.
Mhm. Hmm.
Yeah.
But yes, and like she was saying that we'll post that on YouTube. But we did celebrate a little bit. We had a small celebration, but I then didn't post it on YouTube because I was not feeling that urge of posting it online or showing people. But I really thank people for subscribing to my channel and for this milestone. But I don't believe in celebrations much, especially for myself. But for others, I'm more than happy to do that.
Mhm. But you do celebrate when you hit 1 million subscribers, and you just yeah.
Let's see. It's getting really difficult for me to stay consistent these days.
Mhm.
I am posting hardly, I guess, 2 to 3 videos in a week because it's been over a year for me. And then at some point in time, we feel bored of doing the same thing again and again. So I'm really struggling with consistency these days. So 1 million subscribers, it seems like impossible at this moment.
Everything seems impossible before it happens. So it's okay, all
That
right.
is also right.
But
But
this is
then we
something
have to
you're really
put in our
passionate
heart.
about, isn't it?
Hmm. Hmm.
This is something you're really passionate about, right? So I don't think that you'll ever get bored.
Uh-huh. I am really passionate about this, but at the same time, my plate is overfilled. So sometimes I feel drained. I feel like uh, I feel like I don't get that kind of energy, you know. When you are online, when you post videos, you need to show up with a lot of energy, right? You cannot simply be lethargic, or you cannot simply be tired. Your voice should be energetic, your personality should be presentable, right?
Okay. All
So
right.
that is the reason. Sometimes I feel a bit demotivated, a bit, sometimes I can't even explain. And sometimes I feel I am not able to live up to my own expectations, right? So many kinds of emotions at once I feel sometimes. But then the other day I again feel motivated out of the blue, right? So I think it's pretty usual for me. It's okay.
If that ever happens, then because we all face this slump at times, right? If that ever happens,
Mhm.
then you take a break for about a week or so, and after that, you get back to what you're doing.
Hmm.
Because people love you, you have garnered a lot of attention for who you are, isn't it? Your own authentic self, right? So that's okay. All right. So yeah.
Hmm.
So when we are learning any new skill, okay, we see significant amount of improvement for this initial first few months or even a year. Okay, after that we hit this plateau. Have you ever heard of this intermediate plateau?
Right, right.
Yeah. So you can just look it up on the internet as well. Intermediate plateau. So the thing is that it's all about being consistent and doing things which you have not done before. Trying to really challenge yourself, and it's all about being persistent. What's exactly stopping you from reaching this advanced level of fluency? What is it? As a matter of fact, even I'm on the same journey. I also want to sound really proficient in this language. I'm on my own path, and I believe so are you and everybody else. If I really want to challenge myself, I always turn to documentaries, something that really excites me, and I get really curious about anything that happened in the history, because the way how people, native speakers speak, it's quite different. It's very natural, isn't it? So I try to emulate. I try to pick up some expressions and phrases, and I try to just blend in my own way of speaking. So I try that. Also challenge myself. So I'd also recommend that you also do something that you don't feel like you are putting in a lot of hard work. You're enjoying it at the same time. It's a journey, right? The journey, we never know when it's going
Right.
to end, right? It goes on
Mhm.
forever. And honestly, before we end the session, I have to tell you that you were quite fantastic today. It's quite. It's always. It's never. I never felt that you were, making mistakes or so. I never felt like that. Particularly the
Mhm.
vocabulary that you use today. Like people, they put off facade and have outgrown these feelings. These are really natural expressions that you made use of today, and several others, right? So I think you just have to believe in yourself more. And I was pretty surprised that you placed yourself into pre-intermediate, right? I think you're well
Uh-huh.
over upper intermediate, advanced. I would not be
Mhm.
able to say that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. But like sometimes when I watch my previous videos, I feel like I was so confident earlier. But now I've become a little underconfident. Like especially when I compare myself to my previous self, like some previous videos where I was pretty confident talking to people, because the fact was I was enjoying those conversations. But now I don't enjoy anymore talking to people.
Okay. All right. Hmm.
So ideas don't come to me, like, because it's not coming from within, you know,
Uh-huh.
those feelings to talk to people. So that is the problem.
Okay.
Now,
So you just say
what to do,
that. Uh-huh.
what to do with that?
I know. I think there's a little bit of interest